It's been said advertising could have began as far back as cave paintings, even in Rome where people stood on street corners shouting about upcoming gladiator battles. But today we are here to talk about when advertising hit the United States and took our world by storm. It all began with print advertising. In 1729, Benjamin Franklin began publishing one of the New World's first newspapers, the Pennsylvania Gazette. In this newspaper, he included the first true advertisements. The ads were for ships that are setting sail back to Europe and other places, as well as locals who have goods for sale. In 1742, Ben Franklin also created an ad to go into his magazine, the General Magazine. This was the first ad to be put in an American magazine. In 1841, a man by the name of Volney Palmer decided he could turn advertising into a business. According to an article written by Megan Krause from the Penn State Libraries, he created the first advertising agency in the nation, which was located in Philadelphia. Clients would pay him and he would have an ad created then released to various newspapers around the city for publication. Palmer's business was on the rise, but unfortunately he died in 1864. His death led to the company being bought by Francis Ayer, a man who also started his own ad agency called N.W. Ayer & Sons. Once Palmer and Ayer's companies merged into one, the new company was a force to be reckoned with. N.W. Ayer & Sons Incorporated was the nation's best ad agency. They are responsible for ad slogans that are still in use today, such as one of the company's most famous ad campaigns for Morton Salt, when they created the slogan, "When it rains, it pours." In 1891, the Outdoor Advertising Association of America was formed. This paved the way for advertising outside, from things to city buses to park benches to the sides of skyscrapers and even billboards. The OAAA protected, promoted, and advanced outdoor advertising for hundreds of companies and still does today. The invention of the radio was huge. In the world of advertising, it opened up an opportunity that has revolutionized business. The ability to bring advertisements into our homes. In 1922, WEAF of New York was one of the first radio stations to broadcast paid advertisements over radio waves. It was for an apartment building. It was a 10-minute long ad that cost the company $100. Radio was soon to become the leader in advertising revenue. The only event that could top the radio was the creation of the television. Not only can we hear the sounds, we can now see the images. And in 1941, WNBC aired the first ever commercial on TV. It was for Bulova, a watch company, and they paid $9 for a 10-second commercial to be aired right before a televised baseball game.
Advertising is continually changing and has adapted to the way we live our lives. One of the biggest ways advertising has changed is mainly how we have become very successful in figuring out the demographics and psychographics in different ways in order to better place ads for the most success as possible. These mediums have the process of getting the most from their ads almost down to a T. From how long an advertisement is to what station it's played on to who exactly will see it, agencies always aim to pinpoint their target. Nielsen is the way of figuring out what the consumer is doing and finding out the demographics. Through TV meters and people meters, Nielsen collects the data of which station is being watched, for how long, and who is watching it. They also collect information about the viewer, such as age, gender, race, income, and where you live. The demographics help advertisers learn who is watching what station at which time, therefore helping them figure out where to place their ad for the highest success rate. Nielsen had the first people meter in 1936 and has continued ever since. However, as the world became more digital, so did advertisements. When advertising hit TV, a whole new way to advertise was exposed, and the same thing happened when we were introduced to the internet. The first online advertisement happened in 1994 and was on hotwire.com. The advertiser was AT&T and was displayed as a banner ad. Banner ads are still a very popular way to advertise today and are what many advertisers turn to due to the high number of people who access the internet numerous times a day. The advertiser can monitor how many people see an online ad by the number of impressions it receives each day. An impression is when a user goes onto the web page your ad is displayed on. It isn't something you can pinpoint exactly and you never know the exact demographic looking at the ad, but the banner ads prove to serve their purpose. Advertisers have also started placing their ads on viral videos, something almost all of us have experienced at least a handful of times on YouTube. Advertisers also spread ads by sending direct emails. This is one of the top ways to target customers most precisely. It also proves to be very helpful as to who is and is not interested in what you have to say because of what's known as the open rate and the click-through rate. They are just what they sound like. An open rate means if you open the email or just trashed it right away. The click-through rate is a great thing for advertisers. It allows them to see that you open the email and where you explore it on their webpage.